Namaste, my dear friends, my dear gods and my dear masters. Today, 21 ITP batch 7, 18th day. Today we are going to learn or relearn about the 5 agreements by Toltec. This is one of the favorite book of many pyramid masters and highly recommended by Guruji Patriji. Very simple to understand, it takes lifetime for practice. The more we understand anything, the practice automatically comes. If there is something which you are still trying to implement, it means that there is a flaw in the understanding, or still you are learning to understand. If you are trying to remember anything, it means we have not yet understood the subject. So let us try to understand in depth what are the 5 agreements of Toltec. It's a book written by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's available even free of cost in internet, or you can buy the book and read. It's one of the favorite books. The beautiful thing I love about this book is the simplicity of the words, and very easily anybody can understand the concept. So the 5 agreements, let me tell one agreement, and then I'll give my elaboration on it and my experience on it. The first agreement of Toltec is be impeccable with your word. Be impeccable with your word. There is a science for speech. There is a science when you speak. It is also called Vakshetra. Anything we think may vanish. Anything we do may vanish, but whatever we speak will stay forever and ever. The words we speak must be very careful. The words we speak must be highly measured and spoken. Because once it comes out of the mouth, it stays forever in the 3rd dimension, that is earth. Be impeccable with your word. You can take an exercise and check yourself. Watch yourself, every word you speak. I did this exercise many years ago. Then I found out in many places, I was just casually telling people, I will call later, I'll call tomorrow, I'll meet you day after tomorrow, and then we forget. Then what happens? The power in our words reduces. The actual meaning when I tell to people that I'll call tomorrow is whenever I find time, I'll call. But once I started observing my words, then I started changing. Then I started speaking, I'll call you when I find time. I'll meet you when I get time. I'll look into it once I feel. In that way, my words started becoming impeccable and there was no regrets. And others also understood. And when I carefully observed what I'm talking to my kid, a lot of things we speak. Next time I will buy and give you. In next visit, I will take you. These words we may forget, but they will not forget. Then in the next time when you don't do that, they will never forgive and they will not value your words anymore. So the power of your words will go down. So be impeccable with your words. Otherwise, be in silence. Think 1,000 times. But once it comes out of the mouth, it must be impeccable. It cannot be taken back. The words are golden. Once spoken is spoken. Before we give a word to others, before we speak, measure it, then deliver it properly. You can delay for a few seconds, or you can be even silence. So the first agreement of Toltec says, be impeccable with your word. The second agreement says, don't take anything personally. This is one of the beautiful agreement, I would say. People who are emotionally weak, or people who are still, there is a lot of scope for the emotional body to become strong, they take everything personally. Suppose you are working in an office, you are working on a role. Your manager says, this job is not yet done. He is actually pointing out on the role and the responsibility, but you take it personally on you that the manager scolded me. So we must start seeing everything impersonal. If you start taking everything personally, then your emotional body will be highly hit. Then your health will get highly hit. And you will lose a lot of cosmic energy. When somebody is telling something, they are speaking on the role, not you. And there is always a scope and area of improvement. So the second agreement says, don't take anything personally. Listen to it, implement what is possible. But if you take things personally, then you will get hurt. Your emotions will get hurt. And it takes a lot of time for you to heal and come back. In the meantime, you lose a lot of cosmic energy and your health. And the third agreement is one of the fantastic agreements. It says, don't make assumptions. As Jesus says, judge not. Assumptions is a very big disease. Just the moment we see someone, we assume certain things. Just with one or two incidents, we assume something. The reality may be different, but we will be living with that assumptions forever. Don't make assumptions. We must wait, check thoroughly once or twice before we make any conclusions. I always tell people, one of the favorite example I have. I was sitting in a program. Many of you know this, but let us remember this again. I was sitting in a program. There were 8 children on the stage. They are performing a dance. And there was a teacher standing on the stage. He is telling the children left, right, up, down. The children are watching him and they are dancing. There are 2 or 3 people behind me. They are watching the program. I am also watching the program. The people behind me got annoyed with the teacher. He started shouting at the teacher, hey, you get lost. Go away from the stage. The children will perform on their own. What are you doing? Why are you interrupting? The teacher was just smiling, nodding the head, but he was still guiding the children. And these people, they did not enjoy, and they did not allow anybody around me to enjoy, because they were continuously telling the teacher to get out. But the teacher was very humble. He was just pleasing, no, I need to be here. And after 5 minutes, when the performance is over, when the anchor said, those people are disabled, they can't hear, so they don't know what music is being played. So the teacher was helping. Immediately, the three people behind me, they were like, oh my God, we didn't know this. We shouldn't have spoken like that. And then again, they said the anchor should have told in the first. How do we know? So this is assumptions. We quickly make assumptions by seeing one or two things. The later we regret. If you have any doubt, you must check or you must wait so that you will understand. The mind quickly wants to conclude something. If you see something quickly it will make conclusions. Oh, this is what. Because it wants to put a full stop. We should never make any assumptions. We should thoroughly investigate or wait patiently to know the truth. That is the third agreement of Toltec. The first agreement is on the word. Be impeccable with your word. Second, do not take anything personally. Third, don't make any assumptions. The fourth agreement says, always do your best. As Bhagavad Gita, in Bhagavad Gita, there is a beautiful quotation which says, do your best and accept whatever the result it comes. You must give your best shot. Anything and everything. Once you deliver, forget about the result. Whatever is the result, you must accept. When you do that, then you are not focused on the result. You are focused on the process. You are focused on the work at your hand at the present moment. Obviously, the results will be good. But if you are only focused on the result, we tend to do mistakes. We tend to miss many things. So the fourth agreement says, always do your best. It's not sometimes, always. For the past 15 minutes, I was thinking, today, what am I going to speak? What am I going to speak? Or what is going to get channeled? Should I refer any book? I didn't know. It was time, 9:45. I was about to press unmute. And then I thought, okay, something will come. Then in a flash, I got this message, speak about Toltec. That is one of my favorite topics. I follow my intuitions. And I got the Toltec at the nth moment. So I do my best to deliver. The results can be anything. People may like a lot, people may not like, people may get confused. People may say, okay, but the results are not at my hand. I always do my best to deliver any speech with my experience and examples. And leave the result. I saw one of the movies where the parents take the children to a competition. They perform in the stage, and once the performance is over, the parents tell the children, let us get out of this auditorium. The children were shocked. Dad, we need to wait. They are going to announce the result. We want to know whether we won the prize. The dad said, you both did your best performance. There is no need to wait for anybody to judge you. So they just take the kids out of the auditorium. So there, the dad is only telling the kids a beautiful example. Do your best, leave it. But the other way is, he could have tell the children, Okay, whether you win or lose doesn't matter. Your performance is good. There are two ways of seeing this. When people want manifestations, they have to give their best and simply wait. The thought power has to increase, the karma has to reduce. Then one or the other day, it will manifest. And the fifth agreement of Toltec, the final agreement says, be skeptical, but learn to listen. There's no blind beliefs. You can be skeptical. Okay, that is your experience. But learn to listen. What happens is, we are skeptical and we don't even listen. It means we have a closed mind. You listen to the other's experience, you listen to the truth, you do your homework. But we should learn to listen. If we don't learn to listen, then what is that we are doing is, we are quickly making assumptions. Oh, no, this is wrong, this is right. We have to wait. You can have doubts, but you have to learn to listen. Today, such a beautiful experience I got in my office. I met a boy who is just 11 or 12 years old. I was surprised to know that he has already written 6 books and all those are published. They're already being sold in Amazon. One of our masters came to my office today. His name is Pranav, I guess. So the moment I saw him, I saw a great author inside him. Not just because their parents told that he wrote books and published, but I saw something different. But I started listening to him. I ignored all the other and I was talking to him. I asked, when did this writing started? When did it started? When did it started? He was giving many answers, but I was actually asking the soul. After 2 to 3 minutes, I was listening, I was listening, I was listening. Then I heard 3 words from his soul. Those are, I am Kuempu. I got stunned. I told their parents, your son is Kuempu. He is reborn. That is why from the young age, he is reading all the very big books and he started writing. But I told him, being such a great poet, again you are born. I told him to include meditation in all his books. And in return, I asked him, every book you publish, you must give me 1 copy. He agreed to it. When you learn to listen, you hear even the soul's words, the soul's whispers. You must learn to listen. You must keep your mind absolutely empty. Then you receive. What a beautiful day. I learned to listen everybody's experience. When they speak, if you listen, you connect. Don't connect to their emotions. Don't connect to their mind. You will connect to their soul. But you should learn to listen. Today was one of the best days because I met such a great soul and he came in search of me. Thank you, Masters.